today I will be talking about the Cambrian explosion of NFT tooling for Web2 companies. As you guys might have seen on the news, there's a lot of big companies like Starbucks and Reddit that has gotten into the NFT space. So I want to talk about that a little bit and how you as a Web2 enterprise can also get into the NFT space very easily. So just a little background about myself and the company that I work for. Element is the company that I work for. We are an OG payment company. We've been around for 15 years with 500 employees. We are principal members of Visa, MasterCard, JCB, UnionPay. And you can kind of think of us as like a node infrastructure provider, right? Because you have blockchain networks that node providers can tap into, such as Infura or Alchemy, that gets you on like Polygon or Ethereum, but you also have kind of these Web2 node infrastructure providers that are the payment companies that are principal members that has the read and write access into Visa and MasterCard. So with that, we're able to do kind of card payments, bank transaction payments, e-wallets, and cash networks, right? So on top of this kind of traditional payment network in the Web2 world, we are now building a fiat on-ramp on top of that. So that you can kind of think of that as a bridge from Visa to Ethereum or MasterCard to Polygon, right? So we're basically dog-fooding our own payment stack, for like 1,000 payment methods that we support to go from fiat to crypto. So that's what I do. I've been in this space for about 9 years now, and yeah. So let's jump into the topic of the day. So. You kind of see this in the news, as I mentioned at first, which is, Porsche releasing their own collection, or Reddit with like 3 million avatars now, I think, that are out there, and then Gucci working with like Yuga Labs, right, and then Nike buying artifacts and doing their own kind of launch with like .swish and all that, and obviously Starbucks with the reward points with millions of users. So there's many kind of tier 1 Web2 enterprises that are getting into NFTs. Engaging with their users, right, from a branding perspective, right, because all of these guys, you can think of them as having their own community of users, whether it's like 100,000 people or 1 million people or 20 million people, they're just engaging with their community in the form of NFTs. So if we look a little bit underneath the hood of how they're doing it, there's a couple of ways that they approach this, right? Obviously, there needs to be a top-down buy-in from management. So the management team says, hey, NFTs is hot, let's get into this. They might put together a team, some managing directors that are crypto savvy enough to kind of make some decisions. And they come in and they might form some partnerships, like with Polygon Studio or with Immutable or some other crypto native team, right? And also acquisitions, right? You see like Nike buying Artifact, which is like a super crypto native NFT project, but Nike bought them so that now you don't have to kind of acqui-hire, or you don't have to build out your own team from in-house. You can just buy a team. But I think the thing that I'm trying to say here is that you can really do all of this stuff yourself, because in the past 18 months to 24 months, there has been a lot of enterprise level tools that have been built up by various teams that makes launching an NFT project super easy, right? Like if you wanted to launch an NFT, like let's say 4 years ago, it'd be kind of hard to figure out. But today, you have literally hundreds of projects out there that makes this super easy for you guys. Such as here, I just took like a screenshot of Mint Drop, right? You don't have to know how to code at all. You just create a dashboard account, upload a couple of JPEGs. Right, you determine, how many NFTs are in your collection. Let's say 1 of 1 or 3,000, right? And you can literally manage the entire life cycle of an NFT airdrop from end to end without like coding one line of code. Everything is just done through the dashboard, and you'll have your Web2 engineers come in and throw up like a landing page, and people can literally sign up with an email and they can claim an NFT. So. This is literally as easy as it gets. This particular platform is called Mint Drop. There's another one called Mint Drops with a Z, and they both do literally the same thing, right? And if you want to get a little bit deeper down the hood, rather than just using like a dashboard to upload a JPEG and to do the airdrop, you can also use some APIs, right? Once again, this is just moving one layer down from the dashboard down to APIs, right? This screenshot is from Alchemy, but like I'm saying, there's so many APIs out there. You can use Mnemonic API, you can use Infura API, this is Alchemy API. There's also something called Venly. Venly has a booth here where they use email login to like a wallet. So the wallet is attached to the email, right? And then they also allow you to create like a white label marketplace. So you can do the airdrop to users' wallets, which are their email addresses attached to that wallet. And then you can also create like a marketplace all from end to end through like the Venly API, right? And this is just one example of some enterprise level APIs out there that are already available today, right? And of course, you can also get deeper than that, right? Because it depends on what you're building, right? If you want to build like a NFT marketplace, you have to fetch all these different NFTs and display the images. You might need to manage the contracts, right? These are all different endpoints that you can use, but these teams made it easy so that you're just working with a regular REST API instead of an RPC API, meaning that you don't have to actually talk to the blockchain itself. You can just talk to like a regular Web2 like REST API, and you'll be able to fetch the image and display it, or see the history of who has owned that NFT from wallet to wallet as its transaction history of that particular NFT, right? And here, for a team like us that's doing fiat to crypto or fiat to NFT, we're looking at APIs like this, this one is from Rarible, right? Rarible allows you to buy NFTs through their marketplace. And not every NFT marketplace has like a buy API, but Rarible does, because every marketplace is built a little bit differently, right? Like some marketplaces have like an omni-channel for payments where you can pay for this NFT with fiat, or you can pay for this NFT with the native token of that blockchain. So every marketplace works just a little bit differently. But specifically here with Rarible, they actually built just like a buy API. So for like a team like us that is a payment company that's doing fiat to NFTs, we can easily already do the payment portion in terms of like Visa or Master, right? The KYC and AML involved to verify a user and onboard that user, and then capture payment from their bank account, and then convert it to like a base currency such as like ETH or Solana or Matic, and then going from that to the NFT, all on the back end so that it's all abstracted, right? So once again, we're going down the layers. You're going from like a dashboard to an API to more kind of higher order APIs that are very use case specific, right? Here, the use case would be buy, right? Just buy or sell from the marketplace itself, and it would be useful for a Web2 payment company such as ourselves, right? Oh, running out of time here. Anyways, this last image is not the best of what I'm trying to describe to you guys, but it kind of makes the point of what I'm trying to say, which is as you move down the stack from the dashboard to an API, all the way down to the infrastructure level at the blockchain itself, where you use something like IPFS to store the images, where you mint and burn and transfer the NFT on a particular blockchain, whether it's Polygon or Wax or Ethereum or any other blockchain network, right? Now, where we are today in the space is you don't have to worry about that last layer anymore. You don't have to worry about how do I talk to IPFS? How do I read and write onto Ethereum, right? That's all. Like if you want to do that, you can, right? Obviously, you can build everything from the ground up. And you say, hey, I'm going to get like an RPC API to read and write directly onto the blockchain and sign my own transactions. And I will do my own mint. I'll manage my own contracts. I'll manage my own smart contracts. And you can do that, but it's not necessary. These tools have already been built up, right? As to why this talk is called a Cambrian explosion of NFT tooling, because they're in the past. I would say probably the last 24 months is when all of these projects really kind of came online and became battle tested. So you don't have to be Starbucks. You can literally be like a smaller coffee shop that only has 15,000 users, and you want to reward them for being a recurring fan of yours, a recurring user, and you can literally use any number of tools out there now to do that, right? So tell your friends, if you have like friends that are like small business owners and they want to get into NFTs, there's very good tools for that. And that's it. And if you want to learn more about fiat to NFTs and payments in general, feel free to find us at GateFi. Thank you.